everyone, welcome back to my channel. Welcome to today's video. I am going to go through the best and the books that are worth it on Kindle Unlimited that you need to add to your library right now. And I'm also going to go through my personal Kindle Unlimited TBR. I have a very long list, so let's just get started. This is my favorite thing ever. I love my Kindle so much. And if you are debating getting one or not, definitely get one. Save up your money and buy one, because I actually don't buy that many books than I would. And yes, I buy some for my Kindle library, but they're cheaper usually. So it's definitely an investment, but I think that it's worth it. I will say they do change which books are on Kindle Unlimited and which books aren't. Like, they're always adding books and they're always taking off books. If you search through, it'll tell you like last chance, and you can add them to your library, and even if they take it off of Kindle Unlimited, you can still read it. Like, I have The Friend Zone by Abby Jimenez, and I didn't realize they took that entire series off of Kindle Unlimited, but I added the first one to my library, so now I still have access to it. So keep that in mind. I think all the ones I'm going to talk about are still on there, but just double check and make sure that they're still on there when you go to add them. And if it's a book you've been really wanting to read, just add it to your library, and then if they take it off, you'll still have access to it. So you can add 20. I don't know if they raised it. I think they were talking about raising the limit, but I think it's 20 books at a time that you can borrow from Kindle Unlimited. So first I'm going to talk about Elsie Silver's books. Every single book by her and her future books will be on Kindle Unlimited. So her first series, the Gold Rush Ranch series, every book is on there. These are like cowboy small town romances, and they all deal with horses. So like the first one's like a horse trainer. The second one, she's a horse, what's it called? Where they do like the agility with horses. I can't think of what it's called. And then I think there's one that's a horse vet, and I can't remember what the fourth one is. And then we have her popular series, the Chestnut Springs series. This is in like the same universe as Gold Rush Ranch, so you see some characters from Gold Rush Ranch in Chestnut Springs. So I always recommend reading Gold Rush Ranch first, but you can do either one. It's not going to like spoil anything necessarily, but Chestnut Springs is another small town cowboy romance. It's 4 brothers. You just get their stories. And then her new series, the Rose Hill series, the first 2 are out. So the Wild Love is on there and Wild Eyes. And then there's going to be 2 more or 3 more. I can't remember. But those will all be on Kindle Unlimited as well. And then another one of my favorite authors, Stephanie Archer. All of her books are on there. So the Queen's Cove series. This is kind of like a small town romance. All 4 siblings as well. And I really enjoyed this one. It kind of reminds me of like the Rome, Kentucky series by Sarah Adams. And then her hockey romance, the Vancouver Storm series. The first 3 are going to be on there, and then I think her future ones will also be on there. These are, again, hockey romance. I loved the first and second one. Those 2 are my favorite, but the third one's also very good. And then Fourth Wing and Iron Flame are both on Kindle Unlimited. I'm sure you guys have seen or have read the series already. It was a really popular fantasy series. But I think Honor Storm comes out January 21st, so it's getting close. I'm so excited to read that. I have it coming on my Kindle, so the second it comes out, I'm going to be starting it. I don't care if I'm in the middle of a book, I'm going to be reading it. But I don't think the third one will be on there probably for another year or so. If they do add it, they usually wait until it's not like brand new of a book, so it'll probably be a while for that one to hit Kindle Unlimited. But you can read the first 2 while you wait for the third one to come out. And then one of my personal favorite sports romances, the Windy City series. Every single book is on there, and I am caught up with that series, and I cannot recommend it enough. I love them, especially the first, or like the second, third, and fourth. Those 3 are the best. but I'm excited for the last one to come out, and I don't remember when it comes out, but I cannot wait for that one. I've been just waiting for his book, and I'm so excited. Belladonna is on Kindle Unlimited now. It's only that one that's out there, or that's on Kindle Unlimited for right now. I don't know if they have plans to add the rest of the series. The third one recently came out, so that'll probably be a while, but they could add Foxglove on there, if anything. Belladonna is kind of like a gothic, young adult romantasy, and I personally really enjoy it. I read it twice now. The first time I gave it 3 stars, the second time I gave it 4 stars. So it actually went up. I had a really fun time reading it the second time. Assistant to the Villain is also on Kindle Unlimited. The first one is on there so far. I don't know if they're going to add the rest of the series or not again, but the second one did just come out in August, so it'll probably be a while before that one's on there too. But that story is really funny, and I really enjoyed it actually. There's like this town villain that you're supposed to like watch out for, and no one knows who he is or what he looks like, and she ends up running into him and ends up working for him and being his assistant. And the first one ends on a cliffhanger. I have not finished the second one yet. I'm kind of waiting until it gets closer to when the third one comes out, so I'll read it like next fall probably. And then Megan Quinn, all of her books are on there, so I'll put a few. I've read Bridesmaid for Hire, How My Neighbor Stole Christmas. I think it was just those 2 that I've read, but she has a lot of popular books on there, like a Not So Meet Cute. That's the one I've seen everywhere. I think all of her books and all of her future ones will be on Kindle Unlimited as of right now, but her books are really funny, and I've always enjoyed reading them. And then The Unhoneymooners by Christina Lauren. I was actually surprised to see this book was on Kindle Unlimited. I think it should still be on there. This book, I read it when I first started getting back into reading. The maid of honor and the best man, they end up having to take like the bride and groom's honeymoon trip because the bride and groom get food poisoning and can't go, and they can't get a refund. So they have to kind of pretend to be married, and it was really funny. I enjoyed it. It's a good summer read. And then The Inheritance Games, that whole series is on Kindle Unlimited, and this is just like a YA, kind of like a mystery. It's not really like a mystery, but there's a lot of riddles, and they kind of have to solve like why the grandparent did this, like to get their inheritance. He kind of chooses this random girl to get like the rest of his money, and they have to kind of figure out why. Okay, now we're going to get into my Kindle Unlimited TBR, Boys of Tommen series. I have all the books here. I'm a little nervous to start this one because I've heard it's just such a well-loved series, and I've also heard it's very sad, and like a lot of people have cried reading it, and I don't know if I want to put myself through that. Eventually I will, so if I should read it, let me know, because I need someone to convince me. And then One Dark Window and Two Twisted Crowns. This is a fantasy duology. This series has been on my TBR for a while as well, and I've been in a really big fantasy mood. I want to start reading more fantasy. That's like one of my goals for 2025. So I want to read this duology. I heard it's amazing. I think this is like another gothic, dark fantasy. And then another fantasy duology, Divine Rivals and Ruthless Vows. This is like a young adult fantasy. I don't know much about it because I don't want to spoil anything for myself, but I know it takes place like during a war, and then there's a typewriter that the main male character and the main female character communicate through, but they don't know it's each other, I think. And then a really long series, the Zodiac Academy series. This one is also a very well-loved series, but it's so long. After finishing Throne of Glass, I don't know if I want to start a 10+ book series. I don't know how many books are in that series, but I know it's a lot. And I know there's like different series that you can read like with that one. I don't know. It's a really big series. And then this is just a random fantasy that I've heard of people reading, and it's Metal Slinger, and I heard the ending is absolutely crazy, and I definitely want to read it after seeing people's reactions to reading the ending. I don't know anything about it though. And then another fantasy series, the Crowns of Nyaxia series. This one I heard is amazing. A lot of people really love it. They said if you liked ACOTAR and Fourth Wing, which those two are two of my favorite fantasies, that I should like this series. So I'm excited, and if it's all on Kindle Unlimited, that's also amazing. And then Quicksilver. This is another really popular fantasy series I've seen going around Instagram and TikTok. And I heard that a lot of people love the main male character. So I am intrigued. I want to read that one. And then another random fantasy, Phantasma. I've heard amazing things again. I don't know what it's about, but the second one, I think I saw it was coming out. I don't think it's already out, but I want to also get to that one. And then I think this is like a 4 or 5 book series, the Kindred's Curse series, I think is what it's called. But I've been seeing this everywhere too, and I know a lot of people say it's amazing and underrated, so that definitely intrigued me. Another fantasy that's been on my radar for a while, The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue. This one, I think she ends up making a deal with the devil and no one remembers her or something. That's like what her consequence is or something. But I think she like lives forever, or it's something like that. And then finally she meets someone that remembers her, and that's just interesting. There's like that movie with Blake Lively, I can't remember what it's called, but she never ages, and there's someone that ends up remembering who she is. I can't remember what it's called. She like gets in a car accident and then she never ages. If you know what I'm talking about, let me know what the title is, because I just faintly remember that movie. And then Heartless Hunter. This is another fantasy that is pretty popular on Kindle Unlimited. I think the second one is coming out soon, or it's already out, I can't remember. And then the Book of Azrael. This one I've heard is kind of like, it's similar to ACOTAR, like he gives off Reason vibes. And then a Not So Meet Cute. This is Megan Quinn's popular series. I think it's like 3 or 4 books in the series, but I want to read more of her books, and I heard that's a good place to start. But again, her books are just really lighthearted and funny, and whenever I want to break up a fantasy series, I'll always kind of lean towards one of her books. And then I had The Friend Zone on here, but they took it off of Kindle Unlimited. But I did see Part of Your World and Just for the Summer is now on Kindle Unlimited. I would add them to your library now before they switch it up and take them off, because I don't know why they keep switching with Abby's books. But those are all of my Kindle Unlimited recommendations and my TBR. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you're not already. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!